It's a great day for the organization. He's a very important player for us and continues to grow and get better. And I think credit to both sides. You get in these good long dialogues, but through the season it could become a distraction. And now we're happy to get it done.
Did it take longer than you were expecting, or is it just a negotiation?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. As I'd said to you a few times along the way, that there's good, productive dialogue on both sides, and I think both sides are looking for a fair deal, and I think both sides are quite pleased.
Were you hoping for 8 years?
I mean, again, we feel like it was a fair deal for both sides. I think the term allows some flexibility on both sides, and it's, this group has an opportunity now with where we are with our contracts, and they continue to make strides in the right direction, and Shane's an important piece.
Steve, how important is it to have the middle of the ice locked up?
Yeah, certainly. I think our strength down the middle, our depth down the middle, is continuing to develop. Bruce, we're not as young anymore, but we're gaining experience. But certainly, there's some comfort with the people that we have down the middle of the ice. The addition of Lars as well, and his versatility and his veteran presence. But between Tim and Shane and Dylan and their potential growth as well as a group, it's exciting for the team.
What development have you seen in Shane's game for the last 16 months, 18 months?
Yes, I think in all areas. How responsible of a player that he is in the middle of the ice and how he reads the game, and his pride in being a 200-foot centerman is impressive. Typically, it takes a little bit more time, but he's really dialed that part in, and obviously Travis has a lot of trust in him playing against top lines and his ability to do that. And there's still some room for him to grow offensively.
How does this maybe speak to the culture that you guys are trying to build here with and having guys locked up for this?
Yeah, well, we continue to create the culture for the players for sure. I think you can see in these negotiations we're fair, we're honest. We communicate with the other side, and we're pleased to have the commitment from Shane and for other players. And I think that as an organization, we're taking steps into building the stability and the trust within the players and across the league.
What's the advantage just as a GM now that you have basically all your core locked up for the next 2, 3, 4 years?
Well, a lot of it is to watch them grow together. I think that this eliminates any distractions as well. I've said that I have belief in this core group of players. They're a committed, well-intended group. They know that they can get better. They're committed to getting better. They're not satisfied or pleased with even where we are right now. And I think that's exciting. That's exciting for me, and that's exciting for our fan base. For us in management, we're continuing to look at ways to improve the group, mindful of who they are as a group as well and how they're taking hold of it.
How would you describe your conversations with Shane the last 24, 48 hours or so?
Well, Shane, this morning he was pretty excited. Brings great energy to the rink all the time. He's earned this contract. He's a hell of a player and a great kid and a great character kid and an important piece for our team. But very limited conversations with him in and around the rink due to the fact that we were negotiating. I was very mindful and respectful of that. Never brought up anything other than checking in on how he was doing.
Did you try to avoid talking to him? Is that because of the contract?
I guess kind of funny early on. I think I went a week without seeing him, and he was walking out of the rink, and I said, you can still talk to me. So we had a good laugh. But Shane's energy and enthusiasm for the game and what kind of teammate he is, and how we communicate from managers and coaches with our players. We do build relationships with them and have open, honest conversations. So it was never awkward at any point in time, but certainly it was maybe a little different at first.
Can I just ask you about, you go into tonight's game with a chance to be tied for first in the Atlantic Division. I know it's 17 games in, but what's it say about the way this team has been putting up points on a regular basis here?
Well, we focus on the game. Of course, you look at the standings, but we feel like we can still improve our team game. And we've certainly taken some strides in that direction. I think, we didn't get off to the best start. It wasn't because of a lack of effort, but just not playing to our identity. But we certainly have played to our identity more consistently over the last number of games, and full credit. And the last thing you want to talk about is injuries, because every general manager is going to talk to you about their injuries, and a condensed season like this, it's a challenge. So, no, they've been proud of their efforts. It hasn't been perfect, and I think the exciting thing is we know that we can be a whole lot better.
Do you know anything about Thomas Chabot?
Nothing more in detail. I know that whatever timeline that they give Thomas, he'll end up beating that back for the character that he is.
So does that sound like significant games, or?
I can't tell you. For sure.
With the Hockey Fights Cancer game tonight, like a lot of your players are young guys, they're on top of their world. When they go in, they have interactions like you guys do at CHIO and stuff. How do you think that impacts them, and how do you think nights like tonight, touch these players who, like I said, are kind of riding high all the time?
Yeah, well, I think we've all been touched by it in one way or another. Our players give back to this community in all respects, but certainly when it comes to their CHIO visits, they go above and beyond, and for the youth and in our community here. They're a good group of kids. Like our guys really care, and I know that they'll have some deep reflection at certain points in time, but they're pro athletes. They'll get themselves ready to play. But certainly this is a special evening for us because, like I said, everybody's been touched by it. Me personally as well.